Hey, Cowboy Nation, this is Cowboys Broad. I want to talk about I want to talk about some players that's endangered. I'm gonna call this the endangered species, the endangered species of the Dallas Cowboys. Uh, just want to talk about maybe five, six, maybe at the most seven players that might be endangered. Just gonna have to work hard to get on this roster, and why, and why that, and why that is. Um, what we're looking at is first of all, what I want to say is I believe that the four people that's before you right now, Tristan Hill, Connor McGovern, Tony Pollard, and Mike Jackson all make this roster. Um, I don't think they're endangered at all. I think they make this roster with ease. Um, one might be a bit of a shock because already put Mike Jackson on this roster. I just think that he's what Chris Bouchard looks for. He's a competitor. I think the Cowboys like him, and I think he ultimately makes his team. Well, what does that mean? Well, Cowboys last season when it comes to DBs, we'd like to go with five cornerbacks, four safeties. Um, so um, Mike Jackson can get one of those spots. I don't see Jordan Lewis going anywhere. Don't see Anthony Brown going anywhere. Don't see Uche going anywhere. Don't see Jones going anywhere. So closes out. That pretty much closes out the corner. That pretty much closes out the cornerbacks. And where we sit with that. Um, the other thing is uh, now let's talk about safeties. Now, typically Cowboys go with four safeties. Typically, Cowboys go with four safeties. No reason to believe they won't go with four safeties this time. Well, the issue is your safeties. Uh, Jeff Heath, Jeff Heath, Kayvon Frazier, uh, Xavier, Xavier Woods, safeties. Uh, the person that's probably going to have to work the hardest to get on this roster. First name I'm gonna mention is Kayvon Frazier. Why? Because we added Georgia Local. I mean, I probably pronounce his name wrong, but we added George Iloka to come in here, and let's just say he beats out Jeff Heath. Well, Jeff Heath falls back to the backup. That means that Kayvon Frazier is not the backup. That means Kayvon Frazier don't have a place on this roster. So the person that's probably going to have to work the hardest to stay on this roster. Um, and the secondary aspect is probably going to be Kayvon Frazier. I think Jeff Heath finds a way and is competitive enough to stay on this team. Like it, leave it. Like it, love it, hate it. That's just how I see it. Um, that along with the fact that he's a hell of a special teamer. Even if his safety play is sometimes spotty, inconsistent, he is a consistent, solid special teamer, which is going to make it interesting when it comes to Kayvon Frazier, because Kayvon Frazier, same can be said for Kayvon Frazier on special teams, is that he's a solid special teams player. So, can George the local come in here and match that? Uh, can he match it? I don't know. If I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can. But that's going to probably depend on who falls out of the tree at that particular position. Now, the other person I want to talk about, the other thing I want to talk about is the hardest spot. I think for somebody trying to get on this roster is going to be at the defensive end position. We typically go with a rotation of 10 defensive players, defensive tackles, and defensive ends. And as it stands right now, obviously, obviously, uh, Tank and Quinn on this roster. Also got Autumn Woods on this roster. Crawford on this roster. Uh, and after that, I have Tristan Hill on this roster. When it comes to that, Taco Charlton, Armstrong, Daniel Ross, all going to have to compete for these spots. Why? Because Covington came in here. He gonna be looking for a job. Kerry Hodder, he gonna be looking for a job. Jalen Jelps gonna be looking for a job. Joe Jackson looking for a job, and so um, we're gonna run out of spots real fast, um, real fast. So I think that if you're a defensive end, you're a defensive end, you're gonna have a real tough time. If your name is Taco Charlton or Darius Armstrong, you're gonna have to bring it to keep your spot in the rotation because you have so many guys that's gonna be coming up fighting for those positions. Now, ultimately, at the end of the day, I do think Taco wins that battle. I think Darius Armstrong stays on this roster. I think Christian Covington is making this roster. Um, but these are not guaranteed. Uh, and Malik Collins ends up making this roster, but these are not guarantees, especially Malik Collins. Malik Collins is probably the one that's most in. Malik Collins is probably the one that's most in danger. Why? He's in his last year of his contract. He's a bit expensive to us. He tends to be a little bit injury prone, and so uh, he's gonna have to work hard to keep his position. He's gonna have to work hard to keep his position. The other thing is, let's move to receiver. I want to move to receiver a little bit because in my world, in my mind, um, I see Cooper Cobb, Gallup, uh, Tavon Austin, Wilson, all making this roster. I see all those making this roster. Um, at the end of the day, I know there's some discussion that's whether or not Tavon Austin can make this roster. Considering we picked up Pollard, but Tavon Austin is fast. He's a fast guy. He's a above average kick return. He's above average kick returner. The guy is explosive when he's on the field. When he can stay healthy. He can stay healthy. He's an explosive guy, and I don't really think he goes anywhere or loses this position on this roster. If nothing else, I think his kick returning ability keeps him on this roster. Now, I know what you might be thinking that Tony Pollard can do kick returns. Well, that's true. But we're not going to have Tony Pollard doing kick returns and punt returns. We're not going to do that. So one of them would be doing punt returns. The other one would likely be doing kick returns. That's just how the Cowboys. That's just how the Cowboys do it. You don't want a player that spends a lot of time on the field back there returning kicks anyway. It's just not a recipe. Cedric Wilson, I mentioned him. Uh, his work with the offensive coordinator before, Kellen Moore. Uh, Come out of the Boise State system where Kellen Moore come from. I think that he has. He's been around our system for a year now. He's had an opportunity to learn what we're trying to do, what our expectations are. I think he comes out and competes. I think he makes this team. So, uh, who else? Connor Williams. Connor Williams is an endangered species. He's an endangered species. Uh, although I will say that with one of the reasons why he is an endangered species because he was well undersized last year. He has put on some size. Expected to be a much greater competitor this year. But the fact of the matter is, we have Connor McGovern. We have Kevin Fleming on this. Kevin Fleming on this roster. and a few other people that can play, kind of position, uh, kind of Williams' position. So he's going to have to come out and compete for his position, or he's going to find himself on the outside looking in. Speaking of positions, guard and center, I don't really consider this particular guy. I don't want to say this particular guy is an endangered species, but what I will say is Joe Looney done a phenomenal job for us filling in for, in my opinion, he done a solid job for us filling in for Travis Frederick. Phenomenal, um, considering that our season was in the balance, and I don't remember him making mistakes that really cost us big time. So I think uh, Joe Looney could be an endangered species from the aspect of we now have somebody. We do have a government that can fill in at guard and center. At guard and center, we do have Travis Frederick. We do have Travis Frederick back. Joe Looney could find himself in is having some trade value with as well as good as he played last year. He could be somebody that maybe we trade. Now, I'm not advocating that Cowboy Nation. I'm just saying that is one. I'm just saying that is one possibility. He's as well as he played. Somebody need to start, and somebody need to start. Senator Joe Looney would make a good asset for another team. Uh, uh, Otherwise, I think it makes her roster, but we are kind of deep in the position and have other people that can play it. So we'll see how that works. We'll see how that works out. And the last person I want to mention uh, is Cooper Rush. Hearing some chatter, through the camps and OTAs, that Cooper Rush is having some struggles. Now it's way too early, way too early to panic, way too early to pass the keys to the kingdom to Mike White. But at the end of the day, we have a lot of weapons, a lot of other areas, and we could decide to go deep at the wide receiver position. We could decide to go deep at the running back position. With Weber on the horizon, if he does well, Tony Pollard back there along with Zeke, we could go deep in the running back. Could go deep in the running back position. Could go deep in the tight end position. And if we go deep in one of those positions, maybe we only take two QBs instead of three like we did last year. And maybe Cooper Rush found himself on the outside looking in. So Cooper Rush is, in my mind, an endangered species. I think that he really needs to come out and have. He needs to become. When we finish up these 6 weeks, he needs to come out and have a great, excellent camp. That's just my 2 cents. Talk quite a bit. I'm gonna shut up now. And move on. Thank you for watching. Please share, subscribe this. Share, subscribe. Whatever you can do to help out. And most importantly, please comment. Leave your thoughts and opinions. Let's talk about it. I love talking football. Love talking football with you. So let me know what you think. This is Cowboys Abroad. I'm out.